So should I be up on my knees or sitting back? Like,
You should be up on my knees.
I don't know if you can handle that.
You want to find out?
No, I don't think I can handle it. Oh man.
This episode is brought to you by the number 63. Rob, how do you feel about 63?
It's a great number. You know.
Are there good and bad numbers inherently?
I mean, it depends on the situation or the circumstance that the numbers come from, but I wouldn't say there's good and bad numbers.
Such a literal answer. There are good and bad numbers.
Okay.
Name a number, I'll tell you if it's good or bad.
Well, we could go with 13. Today's Friday the 13th.
You're right. 13.
That makes it a little bit of a bad number.
Good number.
Oh, it's a good number.
Good number.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
Let's go with 52.
Good number.
Good number. 74.
Bad number.
Bad number.
Don't mess around with 74.
How about 8?
Good number.
Good number. Yeah, OV's 8. So
OV8.
OV8.
Grade
Yeah. 2020.
No, I would never stop on 2020 or something.
17.
Good number.
Good number.
Weird one. Odd one.
It is.
It's a good one.
7s are always weird. I feel like 7s are always like a weird number. Like not 70, but 17, 27. It's just odd numbers.
Yeah.
What about 9?
Hit or miss with that one.
Multiples of 9. That's what I always remember from school. 32.
We don't have to go through all the numbers, but that's a great one.
Okay.
32. That's the first Harlem Globetrotter I remember. 32 was the
Okay.
funniest guy on the court.
There you go. What's his name? Do you remember? Yeah.
See,
I don't know
the
any
Harlem
of the Globetrotters.
ultra skilled. No one remembers their names.
That's true.
But try
Only
being on the
show.
Washington Generals. All
I
that
gotcha.
talent just to get beat up every single day. You know what
That's
this
it.
guy said? Seeing the Globetrotters lose to the Generals, which has only happened twice ever, was like watching Santa Claus die.
I actually never watched, I'd watch the Globetrotters when they do like all their trick shots, stuff like that, but I never watched them play games against other teams, so.
Did you ever end up going to that haunted car wash?
We did. I love the marketing aspect of it. Like I would have never considered turning a car wash into a haunted house, but especially with where things are right now in society, I think even without COVID, the haunted car wash will be a permanent thing. I mean, the line to get in was at least a mile long, 45-minute wait. Everyone paid $20 for a $12 car wash. And you got your car washed and you had a little bit of fun with it too. So it was definitely a success on their part.
I think car washes are an absolute thrill ride anyway.
I love
Terrifying. I throw my hands in the air, pop open the sunroof sometimes.
I like to roll the window down a little bit when my girlfriend and I go through the car wash. My dad used to do it when
Your
I
window
was a
or
kid.
her window?
Oh, her window.
Yeah.
So I keep myself dry, but yeah, we'll be going in and I like to crack or start putting it down and then see the panic reaction. But then I got to roll it back up because I don't want my car wet either. But
Sacrifices have to be made.
exactly.
So you see a lot of people's credit score numbers. Do they tend to feel like kind of skittish about telling you, like it's a source of shame sometimes? Or they're like, oh, am I allowed to tell someone my credit score?
Well, that's a great question. Credit scores in general, like they have a negative kind of feeling around them. Whether you got good credit or bad credit, it seems like everyone's always very concerned about their credit. If someone wants to look into it, part of the pre-qualifying process is to see where your credit score is at. A lot of people, they hesitate if they have bad credit because they have that feeling, whether they've gone out and actually looked for it, to know exactly where it is. A lot of times, credit drops extremely fast when somebody's, delinquent on things. It's kind of like, they're quick to take credit away and it's very hard to build that credit back up. So they have to, work a whole lot harder to get it back, but we can work with them to put together a plan that'll, bring their credit score up a lot faster than if they were to just, try and take care of things on their own. We can give them good financial advice, put together that plan to get it up as quick as possible to put them in a more qualifying position.
Good professional answer. Now can you tell me, Rob, are aliens real?
No. I can't say aliens are real.
What
It's
about
interesting.
birds? Are they real?
Birds are real.
They're not drones?
I don't know. Conspiracy things are great to look into. I'm not too tin hat with birds being drones.
What do you think is the smartest thing you've ever said? You ever been like, oh man, I just killed that. I'm the smartest man in the room right now.
Smartest thing, smart. I can't think of a time when I've actually stopped the show.
Stop. What about the coolest you've ever felt?
The coolest moment was down at the river where I learned how to sail and came up with being on the water. We were coming in to the creek, and there was two of us on a J24, it was a little 24-foot sailboat, and we're coming down the creek, and we had just won the race that we were in the regatta, and they had thousands of people, a wedding reception, and just thousands of people all over the hill, like by the water. It was just a beautiful day, 4th of July weekend, and all of the slips were full, like with boats that were, it was holiday weekend, so the tides in was packed, and there was one little spot like in between two boats, and we essentially had to parallel park the boat, and there's no motor, there's no nothing.
You gotta drift into it.
All we're doing is from the sail. So I'm up front holding the sail, ready to pull it down. The girl, or Katie, that was on the boat with me, she was freaking out because I don't know, it was just one of those impossible moments kind of deal, like where like we can't park there, and I was just like, no, we can park there. So
Daddy's got you, kids.
exactly, I have full control. So we're coming in, and she's just like, the spot's there, like we're going way too fast, and all these boat owners are watching, and I was just like, I live for that. Like, we're coming up to a dock with a boat, like I live for it, whether it's sailing or sailboat or motorboat. I've just finessed it, and I just threw the rudder over, the back end started coming around, we slid right into it, stepped off the boat like I had everything under control. A couple people came over, the harbor master came down, he was like, you really had us sweating up there, and I was like, yeah, I don't know why, like I had it under control, but definitely in my head I was questioning every move I made, but I just had that confidence that I knew it was going to happen, and I made it happen.
And that's when Rob became the gold standard.
Oh, that was definitely the gold standard moment.